Hey everybody, Tim Anderson here, aka Renphil. Welcome to Monday Musings, whatever episode this is, 60 something, mid 60s. If this is your first time here, this is my personal space where I do my vlog. Just ramble about life in general, things Chris and I are up to, Weave in the Void stuff, shows that we're watching. This is different from the other stuff I do on YouTube. Every Monday morning they come out at 7 a.m. I've been doing these since the beginning of the pandemic, basically. Well, since the beginning of 2021. So yeah, not quite the beginning of the pandemic, but since the beginning of 2021 is when I started doing these. I think I've only missed a couple. I missed one or two when I had COVID in January, but I think those are the only ones I've missed so far. So welcome. Um, Today I just got finished done giving cats their baths, or at least the kittens. Um, that's always fun when you give cats their bath for the first time because you never know how they're going to react. Most times it's not that great. It's very rare for a cat to like water. Sometimes they do. These did not. Lucas, the male, did much better than his sister Leia. And yes, it is Luke and Leia, but we call Luke Lucas. And Chris spells Leia like the Leia in the Bible, which is not right. It's Luke and Leia as in Star Wars, and she knows that, but I don't think she cares about. She just wants to. So whatever. It's Luke and Leia. Um, Leia, who is the more friendly, sociable cat who is completely bonded with us, loves to be petted, is a amazing little girl. She was not a nice girl in the bath, taking a bath today. She was clawing, screeching, trying to get out. Did not want any of it. Whereas Lucas, who is the timid one, who has been very slowly coming to our side, um, he was part of it. I think is just because he's still terrified of us. He's very good now. He's a lot better. Like he's letting us pet him, and his tail goes up, and he's asking for attention in the mornings and sometimes in the afternoons. They don't play with you. He's been playing with us for about a week now. He's about 85% bonded, I would say. Um, he didn't freak out until the rinsing, the kind of the rinsing phase. He kind of just was panic stricken for the washing, for the initial water, and then the washing with the soap, and he started to get a little howly. And mommy came and she was like, "What's going on here? What are you doing to my babies?" But she just sat and watched. Um, so he got howly, but he didn't get all freaked out. He didn't do the scratching and trying to escape thing. He just howled a lot. So he took it fairly well. But his sister did not. His sister was all over the place, and I managed, fingers crossed, knock on wood, I came out unscathed, which is I think the first time that's ever happened. Bathing a cat, but I had help. Chris was helping me, so um, yeah. So they have been bathed, and the reason we bathed them, typically I don't worry about it too much. Cats are pretty clean on their own, and these are going to be inside outside cats, so I don't really feel the need to bathe them because they're not inside cats. They're not sleeping with us. They do, but we have that cover on the bed. They come in here and jump on that in the afternoons. We take that off when I go take naps and stuff. But that cover on that day bed gets pulled off and stuff, so they don't actually sleep with us. So that's why we're not too worried about giving them baths all the time. However, yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, we had just fed them, gave them their dinner. It was like 5:30 or so, and they came in here with us. Chris brought them in here. The mom was out doing her thing like she does every night. She's almost ready to explode, like she's gonna have her babies any day now. Um, Brought them in here. They were napping, and we heard the mom, come back in, and she was crying for them in the hallway, so calling for them. So we opened up the door to see why she was calling them, and she had, for the fourth day in a row, so she's trying to wean them right now. And the fourth day in a row, she brought a big old 8-inch lizard. My brother was laughing because he's like, in the U.S., you know, they bring mice and rats, and here, or birds and stuff, and here it's lizards. So mom had brought a lizard in, and still alive, and dropped it right there in front of the door as soon as the kids came out and was like, "Here's dinner." And it was like, we just had dinner. Like Dora is what we're calling the mother, is like, literally just had dinner, including her. But I know that it's weaning time for them, so she's trying really hard. So she's every day for 4 days in a row, she's brought them an animal. It's been a lizard every time. Chris has taken the animals away from them because she doesn't want them to eat them because of worms and disease and filthiness. And I was like, look, if you want these cats to be outside cats who come in and go out, you're gonna have to let them learn how to. Chris has never had cats before, so this is, you know, she's learning too. I was like, you gotta let the cats just go. Like, if mom brings them food, you just gotta let them do it. That's their instinct. They're murder machines. But if you don't ever let them, they're never going to know how to attack anything. They're never going to know how to defend themselves. They won't know how to fend for themselves if they decide to stay out for 3 or 4 nights. Like, you need to let them do this. So um, they proceeded to spend the next hour. I was a willful participant in lizard, the death of a lizard. Um, and as a result, they got messy and stinky. The boy in particular, not so much the female. She didn't get much time with the lizard. The boy had all the time with the lizard. He was growling at her, hissing at her like, "This is my lizard." And he stunk so bad this morning, like just so bad. Like even last night he stunk. Like they tried to come in the room when we were going to bed at like 9:30, and within like 30 seconds I was like, "Oh no 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 no! You need to go out. Like you're not staying in here with us." Um, and he stunk really bad. So they got baths this morning for the first time because of that. Stinky, stinky, stinky. They did pretty good though, all things considered. They had the typical first time cat bath reactions. So they're, I think they're 2 months, three. I think they might be 3 months old now. Maybe we estimate they're around 3 months old because we gave them their last vaccination. Not vaccination, sorry. I think we wormed them this past Sunday. I forget. Um, but we just gave them a second round of dewormer. I want to say last Sunday, and they were right at 10 weeks. We estimate when I gave them that, so they've got to be coming up on 12 weeks right now. So um, about 3 months old. We're hoping the vet lets us get them spayed because every vet's different. I'm really hoping the vet says that we can get these spayed and neutered at 4 months, which would be in a month from now. We'll see. But once they become spayed and neutered, we're still controlling them very much right now. Like we don't let them. If they go out in the backyard, we go out there with them so that they can't escape. Um, we're with them all the time, and otherwise we keep them in the house. We're keeping all the windows closed. They can't jump out, which kind of sucks because it makes this hot. This house doesn't have air conditioning other than in this room in our office. Just the way houses are built down here, and so we have a mini split here, but the rest of the house is not. And it has been. It was 104 yesterday. It's going to be 106 today. It's hot right now. Like this is the hottest month of the year, and we are in the peak of hot season. So this house has been like an oven. So it gets a little difficult when we have to keep the windows closed and all the doors closed if we aren't out there with them. When we're out there with them, it's okay. We all just go out and sit, swelter, and play cat mom and dad. But hopefully we can get them spayed and neutered in another month because when we get them spayed and neutered and then they get their rabies shots, we're just going to let them. You go and do what you want. You can come, you can go, you can stay. The mom, on the other hand, I really wanted to get the mom spayed, and it's just not going to be a reality because we can't control her. She's a street cat, and she stays here sometimes, and sometimes she wants to go out. When she wants to go out, she is jumping on windows, and she is jumping on doors, and she is howling at like 3 o'clock in the morning and destroying things. So we've just decided it's not. We have no way to contain her, and I didn't bargain for having 3 cats when we moved here. It was just kind of. I thought I was accepting a stray, and then she brought her 2 babies, and it was like, oh well, we could take the 2 babies, and then she turned out to be pregnant, and it's like, and now she's huge, and she's probably got 4 to 6 babies inside of her, and it's like I just can't. We can't do that. So go have the babies somewhere else, and you're just gonna be the mama cat who shows up every once in a while, and I'll feed you and I'll water you, but I'm not gonna try to maintain you. Anyway, that's the update on the mom and cat situation, mom and dad cat situation. Oh man. Have you tuned into the EverQuest adventures? We're doing quite a lot. We started our P99 Green official stream team group on May 6th, which was this past Friday. Streaming on my channel, on Nathan Napalm's YouTube channel, on Sparrow's Twitch channel, and Kel's Twitch channel. The group is myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparrow Code, and her. Let me restart that because I apparently can't talk right now. It's myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparrow, and her husband Bounty, as well as Kel and Bindini. Every Friday night, 5 p.m. Central, is when I start my stream. The official is like 5:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to tune in for those, you can. Also, don't forget to check the channels after the fact because we're cutting together little 15-minute episodes from each of those 5-hour streams. They're 4 to 5 hours each one of those streams, and then we're cutting down an adventure clip down to like a 10 to 15-minute video. Nathan's got one, I've got one. We publish those on Saturday. Check those out. And we're still playing P99 Green Server with the alts Saturdays and Sunday mornings from 7 a.m. onwards until the launch of the TLP servers on May 25th, at which point we are switching over to EverQuest P99. So if you want to join us on that, you can. There's a guild announcement. We've had a slew of new people joining the Discord channel. So some of you have also joined YouTube. Welcome. May 25th, we're going to be kicking that off in EverQuest. I'm ready for a nap. It is about that time, everybody. I'm pre-recording this. It's 11 a.m. on a Sunday. That's my nap time. Tonight, 9 p.m. Central, we are back again for continued tabletop prep for the Weave in the Void campaign. Hopefully you'll be sticking around for that. This will be our third prep session. Continuing our character creation, I think we're going to be locking down and finalizing backstories tonight. And Nathan's back with us this evening, so stick around for that. The books are out June 1st, so we're almost there. And we're starting the live stream campaign June 5th. Fun times ahead. So get over to patreon.com/wandering hermits. Get your pre-order in. You'll also be able to buy the books individually once they launch on June 1st. Right now, the way it works is if you pre-order on Patreon, you get the book, you get the source book, and the first Adventure Game module, plus the 2 map packs that are up on Patreon. If you wait, then you have to buy the map packs separately. There is a 2K map pack and an 8K map pack. The 2K map pack is set up for those of you who are using VTT, and the 8K map pack is for those of you who want the maps in 8K in all their glory, because if you have your own like big screen TV within a table, like a lot of people do for your homebrew sessions, you could put the maps directly in there. And the maps are agnostic. They've had all the POI information stripped out, so instead of being the Muddy Maid Tavern, it's just a tavern. And instead of being the sewers underneath Fangless Mirror, sorry, Otherworld, instead of being the sewers underneath Parthana, it's just sewers. So there's sewer maps and cave maps and cavern maps and battleground maps, and there's 20 maps in each pack. So if you subscribe as a patron, you get access to all that stuff. Otherwise, you can buy it all individually when the book comes out as a standalone thing on June 1st. And then we start the live stream campaign. Almost ready. Point and click game. Rolling along with that. Joey and I have been doing some more streams recently. He's got I think it was the 6th episode of let me double check. Pretty sure it was the 6th episode of Unreal episode 6. So we did the 6th episode of his How to Build an Adventure Game in Unreal 4. That came out the other day, so you can check that out. It's over on YouTube. The update for Sunday, the 8th of May, is all about the sheriff scene that he just did. So we've been updating people on how he's introducing all the new descriptions and tooltips and texts into the new scenes. So the demo video that he did the other day, that diary video, has a lot in there, but today's update has a little sneak peek with some more information for people because we haven't shown an actual video clip of the actual implementation yet, so you can check that out. I feel like today's update is going to be a short one because the last couple weeks we've done 45-minute episodes. I am not going to go to 45 minutes today. I'm ready for my nap. I'm behind on all my shows. I'm not watching anything right now. It's all just been prep for getting the tabletop books out on schedule and doing lots of streaming and getting the P99 stuff going and then getting the EverQuest 1 group prepped, playing Lord of the Rings online, and producing more Rings of Power videos. Also, the Mondays in Middle Earth show. I'm trying really hard to see, and thankfully, some of you have been very generous in helping support the channel. Um, I'm debating whether or not we're gonna wait and see. I don't know if I'm gonna go look for a part-time job again. For those of you who are new here, if you're an old hat, you've heard me talk about this the last couple sessions. I'm basically spending the next month or two just seeing what kind of income I can realistically bring in through YouTube. Because if that can supplement what I would make from a part-time job, then I'm not going to go get a part-time job. I'm just going to go full-time YouTube. So this is what you have seen from me on YouTube in the past week or so, where I'm producing at least one video every single day, sometimes two, plus streaming every single day. That's kind of what it would look like is, 3-hour streams in the mornings, a couple videos, at least one video per day, sometimes two, and just lots of content. If you like that and you want to see more of that and you want to help support the channel, I would love it if you would do so. You can join as a member. There's the Adventurers Guild here on YouTube. It's $3 a month to get in. You can also do super thanks. So you can pick a video like this one that's not a live stream and you can actually do a thank you and you can tip after the fact. There's also a tip button down below. You could also, during live streams, do super chats and stickers. All those are great ways to support the channel and say thanks for the video content that I produce. And of course, you can always subscribe over on Patreon for the Weave of the Void stuff, which is great. That money gets split with my brother. Um, and also, we're paying Nathan and other contractors out of that right now. So we actually don't, Joey and I don't get a split right now. It's all to the contractors. So if you directly want to support me, do so here on YouTube. If you want to indirectly support, you can go over to the Patreon page. Because either way, that eventually will work its way around and see its way to my coffers. But right now, it's paying for Nathan, other contract art, and assets from the Unreal Store. But at some point this summer, I think we'll be wrapped up with what we need in terms of outside content, and we could just then focus on whatever income is coming in from that project getting divided between us. We have a $1,500 a month goal on Patreon. So if we hit that goal, I'll be producing the chapters once a week as opposed to twice a month. And then there is the existing goal that's been up since the beginning, which is $3,000 a month, at which point the money gets split three ways between myself and my wife, Chris, between my brother, and then between Nathan, the Nathan Napalm, who would be doing artwork for us. Be $1,000 each way. So if you want to support Nathan's venture into full tank content creation as well as our own, the Patreon is a great way to do so. Help us get to those goals. Otherwise, directly here on YouTube is a great way to support me and my journey. We'll see. Um, I'll know by the end of June if I need to go start looking for work. Actually, it'd probably be more like July because we're gonna wait and see what the Kickstarter does. Because if the Kickstarter does well, then I'll be able to float to the end of the year. But we'll see. It's all a big experiment at this point. We're finally settled into the point where we've got, we're moved in, we have all our furniture, we have everything done what we can. I think the only thing missing is Chris wants some chickens. So once we get the chickens, we're completely done. Um, this week coming up, I have to do a little bit of logistical stuff, so I won't be streaming Tuesday this week. As an FYI, normally I don't stream Mondays just because there's this show plus the Mondays in Middle Earth that comes out at 11. So I don't do any streams on Monday traditionally. Looking to the future, I'm probably going to start assuming. Well, there's a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. The Tuesday this week, I got Chris and I have to go to the city, which is a 2-hour trek. So we got to go there, and it's just that's logistical stuff. So most people know. If you're new here, you don't, but most people know I'm a full-time, not full-time scaresman. Sorry, that's the wrong thing to say. I'm a permanent resident in Mexico, and I have been for since 2015. I think was when I got my permanent residency. I may eventually apply for citizenship. I don't need to at the moment, and I don't want to because I still spend a lot of time in the U.S. And so it's no different than if you get a green card in the United States. They expect you to be living in the United States to justify getting a green card, which is why a lot of actors and a lot of musicians and artists they will live in the United States on a permanent visa, on a green, on a excuse me, on a work visa or a visitor's visa, staying there like 6 months out of the year and they'll have a home in London and a home in LA, and they'll skip between. But they won't ever get green card status in the U.S. because they expect you to stay. I think it's like 2 years full time in the U.S. after you've done your green card application, and it's kind of the same thing here right now with permanent residency. I can go and come as I please. Um, Once I apply for citizenship here, I would have to stay here for a significant amount of time to prove that I'm justifying that. And then there's limitations on how much time you can spend out of the country. Um, and I don't want to do that. So permanent residency has worked great for me so far. The one it's a logistical thing. It's not a downside per se, but every time you move, you have to update the you have to update immigration on your new address. And unfortunately, that's not something that you can do online. They make you go do it in person, which eh, it is what it is. I don't It's a day. It's like going to the DMV. You got to do it. It has to happen once every few years. Thankfully, this will probably be the last time it ever has to happen because I won't be moving ever again. So this is it. So that's Tuesday. We're gonna go do that on Tuesday. Knock on wood. Fingers crossed. The evening internet situation might be resolved. I don't know yet. It's been good the last 3 nights in a row. Apparently, all of Christina's phone calls complaining about things worked its way up the chain of command. When she went to go pay her bill at the local office on last Wednesday, the manager came out. It was like, um, did you report one of our guys? And Chris is like, no, why? He's like, well, because corporate came down and they fired one of our guys, and they said there's been a lot of complaints about the service in this local office, and uh, you know, I know that you've had some problems. How can we make things better? And uh, he's got the fear of God in him right now. So Chris flat out told him, she's like, the internet sucks on at night times. Like every night at 7:30, you cut our service off, and we work at night, so we need our service at night, especially Sunday nights when we do tabletop. Like we've been having to stream on our 4G phones, and we're looking at getting a different service installed on Sunday nights because you guys aren't providing us with the service that you promised us. And that's the thing. Their contract literally says if their service is not working, you can cancel, and they can't charge you a fee for it. They have to cover it. They have to pay you for the failed service. And he got all sorts of apologetic and was like, "Oh no, you shouldn't have to contract another service. Like, we'll make it work. I'll handle it personally. I'll send a guy out tonight." Wednesday night, nobody ever showed up. So we just wrote it off and said, "Oh, he's just blowing smoke again." Thursday night, I was playing Lotro with Kel, and all of a sudden I was like, "Hey, it's 8:15. I haven't had any issues with my internet." I was watching Kel stream and everything. I went and did a speed test. I was like, "I'll be damned. It's normal." Then Friday night, I streamed our EQ session. There, I did lose. Here's the funny thing: the upload was good the whole time, but I lost connection to the stream 3 times, all around the 7:30 mark, which is when they normally cut me off or limit my connection. But it did not limit my connection that night. It just had a few hiccups, disconnected my stream. I was able to come back. but it never cut my service. Last night being Saturday night, I'm recording this on Sunday. I played last night Minecraft with my brother and was checking the speed constantly. No problems last night. Tonight is Sunday night. Fingers crossed. We're going to see if they've also because it literally is just a switch. They were literally throttling me on the night times because I use 50 times the bandwidth of everybody else in this town. But I'm also the only, I guarantee you, I'm the only person in this town that pays for that 200 megabyte connection that they offer, which is the highest they offer their residentials. It's a 200 down, 15 up. It's supposed to be 20 up. That's what they told us before we moved here, and it's not. It's 15 up, and we have complained about it multiple times to the local office along with other things. So apparently Christina's complaints, because she's called like 8 or 10 times over the last few weeks, and those complaints have eventually, because the bill wasn't the right price. We have a contract that states one thing and they're charging us a different price. So Chris sent in screenshots of the contract that they signed with us. So he got in trouble for that. Like so we lit a fire and apparently, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it seems to be working. That'd be great if it does. If it does continue to work, then I'm going to go back to what I was doing in Mexico City, which is streaming at nights as well as in the mornings. So I will stream in the mornings for a few hours, go away, work on my video game stuff with Weave of the Void, take a nap, do some video production, create some YouTube content, and then come back at night and do some more streams in the evening for a few hours. Maybe not every night, but throughout the week. Um, we'll see. It's all up in the air at the moment. We're still, like I said, we've only been here for, we're coming in on, yeah, we've been here for a little bit. So we're just getting settled in now, and um, yep. Anyway, I think that's it for today, everybody. I'm gonna go take a nap. So, thanks for following along. Thanks to all the new people for your subscriptions. I know a couple of you have been dropping some super thanks here and there and doing stickers and stuff in chat when I'm live streaming. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much to the new people who've joined as members here for the Adventurers Guild. Some cool stuff coming in the pipeline for you. We're doing a read through of Echoes of the Past, so you're getting the chapters of that read for you. It's like an audio book. There's 33 chapters in that book, so I'm going to be doing one a week. And eventually, once those are all done, we'll compile that into an audiobook to release on Amazon. But in the meantime, those are for members only. I may also start doing the Weave in the Void chapters, but I'm not in a rush to do that because we're still writing that book. I am going to start doing some game dev stuff at some point. I'm close to starting programming classes. So once I start doing programming classes, because I can't do that until I'm finished with the tabletop book. Once the tabletop book is out the door, that's done. I don't need to continue working on that because it's finished. I will do a revised version at some point down the road, but I don't have any more work to do on that. So I will then be changing gears and starting to learn programming to help Joey on the point and click game and for what's coming down the pipeline in the future for our game, for the next game, for the sequel. So stay tuned for all that stuff. So I'll start to do some game dev stuff here that is for members only. Um, I don't know what else. We may do some other fun stuff. I'm gonna talk to Nathan some more to figure out what he does for his members. I know he does like early bird stuff where the members get to see the video for a few days early before everybody else, and then like sometimes he'll do like full versions of a video for his members, and then he'll cut those videos down into snippets for the public. All great things. I will continue to monitor and see what I'm going to do for the members. If you have suggestions for types of content that you would like to see as a member of the channel, things that would inspire you to become a member, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because anything and everything I can do to go full time on YouTube is what I would prefer to focus on. And I'm trying really hard not to do, clickbaity stuff. My Rings of Power are borderline clickbait, but they're also good discussions. Um, but I'm trying to have discussions and I'm trying not to have a persona. I'm trying to be more like, hey, this is me. I'm Tim. I'm a writer, game developer, public speaker. I've done all these things in marketing. Like, this is just who I am as a 42-year-old dude, like. And if you like that kind of stuff and if you like the content I produce, then cool. But I don't want to have to create a persona like Asmongold or Dr. Disrespect. Although, in their defense, it pays very well to do so. I could change my mind. You know, I could become the angry bearded white dude on streams and just wear sunglasses and a headband and just be like the old man hippie streaming and create a hippie persona. I don't know. Could happen. You never know. See you next week, everybody.